Hello everyone, back again with Brain Game, 10 most anticipated video games in 2022 and become the best. This time Brain Game will provide a little information about the best game recommendations for 2022 that you must play later. Big capital is the main influence for every producer to produce something quality, including game developers. Creating the best graphics, gameplay to sound makes the competition tough among developers. In other words, games that have high production value, great promotions and good sales results. In fact, the developers are preparing the game to be the best game this year. Before we start discussing the 10 most anticipated video games in 2022 and the best, don't forget to subscribe, like and comment. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you all don't miss a video from us. Here are the 10 most anticipated video games of 2022 and be the best. 1. God of War, Ragnarok. God of War Ragnarok is an upcoming action-adventure game developed by the Santa Monica studio and will be published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, SIE. It is scheduled to be released in 2022 for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. It will be the 9th installment in the God of War series, the 9th chronologically, and the sequel to 2018's God of War. Premise: taking place 3 years after the events of the previous game, Fimbulwinter is drawing to a close, and it is prophesied that Ragnarok will begin once it comes to an end. A now teenaged Atreus, still reeling from the revelations of the previous game, seeks answers about his identity as Loki, as well as a way to prevent Ragnarok from happening. To uncover the truth, Kratos and Atreus set out to find answers, searching for the giant Norse god of war Tyr, who was previously believed to be dead. Whilst traversing the 9 realms, the duo must face new threats, including Thor, the enraged god of thunder, and Freya, their former friend and ally, both seeking vengeance following the deaths of their respective sons by Kratos' hands. 2. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Extraction is an upcoming multiplayer tactical shooter developed by Ubisoft Montreal and published by Ubisoft. A spin-off of Rainbow Six Siege, 2015, the game is set to be released from Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, Xbox One and Xbox Series X and Series S on January 20, 2022. Gameplay: Rainbow Six Extraction is a cooperative multiplayer game that can support up to 3 players. In Extraction, the operators must infiltrate an alien-infested location and complete objectives, such as collecting samples, extracting materials from computers, and gathering intel. Each play session, known as an incursion, is made up of 3 interconnected submaps, and players will be assigned any one of the 12 objectives randomly in each submap. The location of the objectives and the placement of enemies are procedurally generated. Once the players secure their objective, they can choose to extract themselves, or explore the next submap. New area would be more difficult than the previous one, but players would receive more rewards by completing them successfully. 3. Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by Guerrilla Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment, a sequel to Horizon Zero Dawn, 2017. It features an open world in a post-apocalyptic western United States. Gameplay: Horizon Forbidden West is an action role-playing game played from the third-person perspective. Players control Aloy, a huntress in a world populated by dangerous machines. Set in an open world, the game will explore the mysterious frontier known as the Forbidden West, a post-apocalyptic version of the western United States, specifically the states of California, Nevada, and Utah. One of the main additions to the sequel is the element of underwater exploration. Hypnosis. Horizon Forbidden West continues the story of Aloy, a young huntress of the Nora tribe, as she leads a band of companions on a quest to the arcane frontier known as the Forbidden West to find the source of a mysterious plague that kills all it infects. Four. Dying Light 2 Stay Human. Dying Light 2 Stay Human is an upcoming action role-playing game developed and published by Techland. The sequel to 2015's Dying Light, the game is scheduled to be released on February 4, 2022 with preloads starting the day before for Microsoft Windows, Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S. Gameplay: Dying Light 2 Stay Human is an action role-playing survival horror video game, featuring a zombie apocalyptic themed open world. Set 20 years after Dying Light, starring a new protagonist named Aiden Caldwell, who is equipped with various parkour skills. Players can perform actions such as climbing ledges, sliding, leaping off from edges, and wall running to quickly navigate the city. Five. Gran Turismo 7. Gran Turismo 7 is an upcoming racing video game developed by Polyphony Digital and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game will be the 8th mainline installment in the Gran Turismo series. 2. The game was announced on June 11, 2020 at the PlayStation 5 reveal event and is expected to be released on March 4, 2022 for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Gameplay. During the gameplay trailer, the game's main menu was revealed to be similar to that of the menu style of Gran Turismo 4. This game brings the return of the GT simulation mode, encompassing the long-established and definitive single-player campaign feature. Other classic features were shown such as the return of traditional racing tracks and vehicles, special events, championships, driving school, tuning parts shop, used cars dealership, and GT Auto while still retaining the new GT Sport mode, Brand Central, and Discover That. Six. Black Myth, Wukong. Black Myth, Wukong is an upcoming action role-playing game by Chinese indie developer Game Science, based on the classical 16th century Chinese novel Journey to the West. Gameplay. The game has been described as Souls-like. The player controls a monkey with an uncanny resemblance to the titular character referred to in the game as the Destined One to fight through an assortment of enemies, with abilities to transform into flying insects or a giant monster. In a 2020 interview with IGN China, Game Science said they plan to release Black Myth, Wukong by 2023. The developer aims to release the game for PC as well as mainstream consoles. The game will be sold as a one-time purchase with possible DLCs. Seven. Starfield. Starfield is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed by Bethesda Game Studios and published by Bethesda Softworks. The game was formally announced during Bethesda's E3 press conference in 2018. The game was described as a wholly new, next-generation experience set in an entirely new space-themed world. The game is scheduled to be released on November 11, 2022 for Microsoft Windows and Xbox Series X/S. Gameplay. Starfield is set in an area that extends outward from the solar system for approximately 50 light-years called the Settled Systems. Around the year 2310, the two largest factions in the game, the United Colonies and Free Star Collective, engaged in the Bloody Colony War. The game takes place 20 years after the events of the Colony War, in which the major factions enjoy an uneasy peace. The player will assume the role of a customizable character who is a member of Constellation, an organization of space explorers. The game can be played in either first or third-person perspectives. 8. Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by WB Games Montreal and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. It is set to be released in 2022 for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S. Gameplay. Gotham Knights is an upcoming action role-playing game set in an open-world Gotham City. The game features 4 playable characters: Nightwing, Batgirl, Robin, and Red Hood. Each character has their own unique playstyle and abilities, such as Robin being able to teleport via the Justice League satellite. While it can be played solo, the game also features a 2-player cooperative multiplayer mode, wherein the second player can drop in and out at any time without affecting the other one. Players can level up their characters, but enemies will be automatically leveled up as well. They can also use the Bat Cycle to explore the city. Nine. Elden Ring. Elden Ring is an upcoming action role-playing game developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. The game, directed by Hidetaka Miyazaki, was made in collaboration with fantasy novelist George R.R. Martin, who provided material for the game's setting. Gameplay. Elden Ring is an action role-playing game played in a third-person perspective and features elements similar to those found in its predecessors, the Souls series, as well as Bloodborne and Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, with gameplay focusing on combat and exploration. Director Hidetaka Miyazaki explained that players start with a linear opening but will eventually progress to freely explore the lands between, including its 6 main areas, as well as castles, fortresses, and catacombs scattered throughout the vast open-world map. 10. Hogwarts Legacy. Hogwarts Legacy is an upcoming open-world, action role-playing video game set in the late 1800s in the wizarding world, being developed by Avalanche Software, published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment under its Portkey Games label. The game will be released for Microsoft Windows, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X/S in 2022. Plot: Hogwarts Legacy will be set in the late 1800s, following a student at Hogwarts. The player will be allowed to choose their Hogwarts house and attend classes at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry, and explore an open world consisting of locations including the Forbidden Forest and Hogsmeade Village. In the game, the player character will learn to cast various magical spells, brew potions, tame magical beasts, and master other combat abilities. A morality system will play a role in the game. Players will also be able to customize their character's voice, body type, and whether they are a witch or wizard. Those are some of the 10 most anticipated video games of 2022 and the best, and there are lots of other games that are no less interesting. If you guys have any game recommendations, please write them in the comments. Don't forget to always follow the latest videos from us. Thank you.